Nothing much going on here. No. No, it can't be. No, it can't be. No, it's impossible. It's impossible. There's no way. There's no way. There's just no way. Eileene, you have touched my heart again. Yet another time your beauty has touched my heart, inspiring me to make yet another poem. Flowing trees with a gentle breeze. Yet again, I am on my knees. I travel through infinity to claim your... You know what? Never mind that last part. That has been Mythic Awaken. I am very happy about this. If you haven't already noticed. Very, very happy. Anyway, she has been Mythic Awaken. What does she do? Well, future me will tell you guys all about that. Future me, what do the skills do? What her passive does is she applies an effect called the Lightning Goddess effect to herself. Immune to all damage for 5 turns, receive damage equal to 20% of her max health for 1 hit. Debuff absorption effect to herself. Wow, a couple of new effects. Lightning Goddess effect, what this does is she revives with 100% of her max health once. And she amplifies all allies' physical attack by 100%, and she reduces the counterattack chance by 60% of all enemies. So that's pretty great. What the debuff absorption effect does is she absorbs debuffs inflicted to herself. She heals 4,000 HP to herself every time a debuff is inflicted. Excuse me. And it says not active if half immunity, resistance, reflect, debuff. The translation on that is a little weird, but I think I get the gist of it. Wow. That's pretty good. That's really good. Very good. I can't wait to see what her abilities do. What her first active does is she inflicts 100% physical attack to all enemies 3 times, ignoring defense, and critical will be applied. Pretty average ability, but it will hit pretty hard if she's built correctly, especially if she has any critical buffs on her at all, like any critical damage buffs. I can imagine this hitting very, very hard. What her second active ability does is she targets all enemies with 150% physical attack 2 times, reduces their deductible buff 2 times, pierces and inflicts electrify or paralyze. At level 46, this damage is increased to 170% physical damage. Since there are 2 different debuffs here, electrify and paralyze, since those are 2 different debuffs, there's a higher chance that it's going to happen. So this is actually pretty good ability. If the enemy team doesn't have any debuff resistance at all, it's just game over. But I highly doubt anyone would run no debuff resistance. I highly doubt that. But if you do run into someone who is dumb enough to not run any debuff resistance, this will just end the game for you. I don't care if they have Adelans or not, this should end the game, because that electric shock and paralyze has a high chance of happening. And if you don't have any protections against it, it's just game. But yeah, this is pretty solid ability. Just a simple upgrade from her original. And last but definitely not least, her Awakening skill. What this does is it inflicts 3,000 piercing fixed damage to 4 enemies 2 times, reduces buff durations by 4 turns, deals 130% additional physical damage to fire-type enemies. Wait, what fire-type enemies? Fire-type enemies? Are they adding elements to heroes now? I guess that's something I'll have to just completely go over in depth later, because I haven't even noticed that.
At level 50, she deals an additional 130% physical attack to Earth enemies. So obviously they are doing something with elements. This may be a bigger update than I thought it was. I actually just thought Mythic Awakened Eileene was being added to the game, but it looks like they've actually done a lot more. What her Mythic Awakened special attack does is she deals 1000 fixed damage to all enemies 2 times and reduces the awakening gauge by 30%. And it says something about a third awakened item passive that removes all allies debuff for every time she uses 2 skills. Now, I think that's translated a little weird. It might mean enemies debuff, because removing ally debuff is just weird and bad. You wouldn't want to have her on your team if she did something like that. But her Mythic Awakened item, her regular one, increases critical damage by 20%. There it is, right there. And block chance by 20%. And gives her plus 200 attack and plus 600 HP. The critical damage is what I was looking for. That makes her first skill hit very, very hard if you build her correctly. There are a few new things to her character that I wish to investigate further, like the elemental thing, and there's something to do with a second awakened item. There are a lot of things that I want to investigate with this character, so I might actually Mythic Awaken her first. I was saving my Mythic Awaken shards for Thrud, but I haven't seen her yet. I just haven't. So I might just go ahead and Mythic Awaken Eileene, because I actually have Eileene. She's level 40, she's not quite 50 yet, but she'll be there in pretty much no time. Eileenes are easy to come by, since she is a knight, and they do give us knights pretty frequently in the game.
Alright, cool! So let's take a look at those animations. Now, they should be different. They should be way different, actually. Oh, man. Oh, was that Evan she was attacking earlier? I think that was Evan, wasn't it? The Mythic Awakened Evan. Guys and gals, this is awesome! I want to Mythic Awaken her so badly, but before I do anything, I'm gonna go over what her skills do while I'm editing.
And that is just what I did.
Hey!
But what are my opinions? My honest opinions with no jokes, nothing like that. All joking aside, what are my opinions?
Recording! But yeah, I'll be right out.
I would not Mythic Awaken her first. Now, that's always the first thing I look at whenever there's a Mythic Awakened character released now, because they're pretty big parts of the team now. And when you just start off the game, you have a chance to Mythic Awaken one character. Just one. Unlike Awakened characters, which you actually get many of. But no, you only get one Mythic Awakened character when you start out the game. Always Delens. As much as I really like Eileene, no, she's not as powerful as him right now. And I think the devs were trying to make Delens way stronger than most of the Mythic Awakened characters as far as a offensive hero is concerned, because he's always been that really, really hard-hitting character, and I think they want him to stay that way. And I want him to stay that way as well. I don't really want him to be the weakest anymore. I don't want him to leave the meta. I want him to always be in there, just be a good character in the meta. That being said, I'm pretty sure they have big plans for extremely powerful heroes just like him, and Thrud was a good example. And Eileene, she's pretty good. I wouldn't say she is the greatest Mythic Awakened character right now. She still doesn't hit as hard as Thrud and Delens, but if you build her right, I think she might form her own meta team, if she's built right. But I don't think you should get her first. If you're just starting out, definitely go straight for Delens. He is just an extremely powerful hero. No matter what team you put him on, he's just going to be fantastic. Eileene, she is a lot, stronger. She definitely takes a lot more damage than Delens, if you ask me, but Delens does have a really strong Mythic Awakening skill that allows him to survive quite a while, especially if you build him with lifesteal and you give him a decent amount of HP. Eileene's really strong too, but I think she is right beneath Delens and Thrud right now. She is the third strongest Mythic Awakened character right now. I know Sun Wukong is pretty strong, but I think Eileene might help you a little bit better because she increases physical attack. And since Sun Wukong is not a physical type hero, he doesn't exactly synergize very well with too many teams. I mean, he does have a lot of synergy in his hero because of his passive, but he's still a magic type hero, and physical heroes tend to do just a little more upfront damage. So I think the Mythic Awakened Eileene will serve you a bit better than him. So she is definitely in third place as far as the strongest Mythic Awakened characters go. So yeah, I really like her. I might Mythic Awaken her. Let's say if I don't get Thrud in the selector, then yes, I will Mythic Awaken Eileene. But that's all the time I have left for this video, my fellow gamers. What do you guys think of her? Do you think she's good? Do you have any ideas for a really powerful build for her? Let me know in the comments. But until then, take it easy for me, my fellow gamers. Remember to leave a like, comment, and please do subscribe for more. Take it easy for me, alright? Bye.